I'm just going to have a quick look at this. Is the Sigma 50 1.4 DG ART fitted to an Alpha 7 R2 with the latest firmware. The lens has the latest firmware. The Sigma MC-11 adapter has the latest firmware. This is in AFS mode. You can't use AFC, you can't use AFA, it says so in the instruction manual, and it's using a lens set to an aperture of f/16. Listen to this and watch when I focus. Hear that little clicking buzz and whir? Watch. That's how long the process takes when you're working at f8. It's a bit shorter. When you're working wide open, you don't see any of that at all. You don't hear any of that at all. Many people just test these lenses at f1.4 because they get an f1.4 lens and they're sitting in a trade show, or they're sitting in some shop, or they've got a model in front of something, and they just shoot at f1.4 because, hey, that's what you've paid for, isn't it, f1.4? You're not going to be shooting at f16 or f11 or f5.6. But listen and watch. Now I'm going to turn this camera around. We're going to have a quick look inside the Sigma. I've got to get this so you can actually see the iris. Most of the time this aperture is closed. Now watch what happens when I do a focus, pressure, normal, AF/S. That is the focus cycle. And that process at the end that you can hear, that is the aperture closing down when what appears to be third stop steps ratcheting down. This is probably a firmware issue to do with the latest A7R2 firmware. I have definitely got the latest lens firmware and the latest adapter firmware. That's just obviously not going to work most of the time.